Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, September 6th, at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 501 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Girls Aloud star Sarah Harding dies age 39. Prepare to smile as you sweat with this dance cardio workout from Amanda Klutz. Seeing more spiders crawling around your home? Don't panic, there's a reason, experts say. Surfer killed in shark attack off Australian coast. Shooter in Lakeland, Florida kills 4, including infant, shoots 11-year-old girl multiple times, sheriff says. Former Marine wearing body armor kills 4 in Florida, including 3-month-old boy still in mother's arms. They begged for their lives and I killed them anyway. Fauci says it's likely only Pfizer vaccine will be used at outset of booster campaign. If China's middle class continues to thrive and grow, what will it mean for the rest of the world? Comedian Fuquan Johnson among 3 dead from apparent overdose involving fentanyl, report. Brazil-Argentina W Cup game suspended in coronavirus dispute. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Surprised and disappointed, doctors in COVID-19 hot spots last year are dealing with new record hospitalizations, CNN. Ezekiel Elliott lament loss of best player on offense Zach Martin to COVID diagnosis, NBC Sports. Argentina, Brazil World Cup qualifier suspended following coronavirus concerns, Fox News. Guinean military officer says President Alpha Condé arrested, as apparent coup unfolds, CNN. Pfizer COVID booster shots will likely be ready September 20th, but Moderna may be delayed, Fauci says, CNBC. 4 people, including 2 children, found shot to death at burning home in Houston, NBC News. SLED provides update on shooting of Alex Murdaugh in Hampton County, WLTX.com. Texas abortion law could still be destroyed by Supreme Court, Cassidy says, Politico. Dune interviews, Chalamet, Zendaya, Villeneuve, Brolin, Bardem, Momoa, Ferguson, Skarsgård, Part 2, Fox 5 Washington, D.C. Tom Brady says he was diagnosed with COVID-19 after Super Bowl victory parade. The Hill. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Soldiers detain Guinea's president before dissolving government. Amy Klobuchar renews call for Justice Breyer's retirement amid Texas abortion law. Shang-Chi blasts Labor Day records debuting with $71.40 M. Florida gunman in full body armor arrested after killing 4, police. Stanley Tucci reveals he was diagnosed with cancer 3 years ago. Angelina Jolie says she feared for safety of whole family during Brad Pitt marriage. Girls Aloud star Sarah Harding dies at 39 after cancer fight. Millions to face Labor Day with shrunken COVID social safety net. Shark fatally bites surfer off Australia's east coast. How one grad student story makes the case for a big investment in caregiving. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Students vaccinated at high school football game. 3 reportedly shot overnight on university campus. Young girl on hospice gets early Christmas party. Humane Society rescues abandoned pets from road. Clothing store dealing with upset customers. Club, volunteers honor lives lost during 9/11. Police use drone to find suspect on rooftop. Leukemia survivor meets bone marrow donor. Student given a 2% chance of living at birth makes cheerleading debut. NOLA native raising money for city. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Guinea President, Alpha Conde, seized in military coup. U.S. citizens and Afghans wait for evacuation flights from countries north. Back on the trail, Bernie Sanders campaigns for the $3.5 trillion budget plan. Brazil-Argentina match stopped when health officials storm field. Florida shooting, 4 are found dead after man opens fire on deputies. NFL will allow 6 social justice messages on players' helmets. COVID deaths surge across a weary America as a once hopeful summer ends. What do you need to know about the California recall, explained. From Ku Kluxism to Trumpism. Without box office or streaming numbers, Hollywood finds it tough to plan. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Indians homer in 19th straight, beat Sox 11-5. Sanchez 2 hours, 6 RBIs, but Yanks blow lead, fall to O's 8-7. Oregon police, firefighters sue Governor Kate Brown over vaccination mandate. Herrera hits RBI single in 10th, Phils avoid sweep in Miami. Singer, Pairs lead Royals to 6-0 win over White Sox. Prepping to play Djokovic without day before practice, plan. Bez 4 for 4, pillar slam, Mets hit 4 hours to beat Nats 13-6. Rolling Stone forced to issue an update after viral hospital ivermectin story turns out to be false. Unqualified success, Van de Zandschulp stuns again at Open. Tigers quiet Reds bats, take series with 4-1 win. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, September 6th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Sarah Harding's girls allowed bandmates Nicola Roberts and Nadine Coyle lead the emotional tributes. Donald Trump would beat Joe Biden if presidential election was held today, poll finds. COVID chaos in Brazil as health authorities detain Premier League quartet. Dr. Max Pemberton, is your fitness tracker making you ill? Richard K., is this scandal too far for Michael Fawcett, the man Prince Charles cannot do without? Venice Film Festival 2021, Maria Sharapova dons chiffon gown while Charlotte Gainsbourg wows in LBD. A-listers are cashing in as online giants like Netflix and Amazon take over TV and film. Is it just me, or are you baffled by your children's homework too, asks Lucy Cavendish. Stephen Glover, a Boris Johnson vs. Rishi Sunak showdown is inevitable. Alison Boshev, despite her public persona, Sarah Harding felt she was the ugly duckling. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Man in Berlin attacks woman allegedly because she worked. After jubilation, Pakistan faces dilemma as Taliban's takeover of Afghanistan inspires religious militants. Official, Gaddafi's son freed after 7+ years in detention. Amid multiple migrant crises, Colombia prepares to welcome Afghan refugees. Taliban stop planes of evacuees from leaving but unclear why. Body of climber from Colorado recovered from Bolivian peak. Kabul airport reopens for domestic flights with no radar as Taliban battle resistance fighters in last holdout. Guinea military officials say they have detained the president and taken control of the country. U.S. Embassy contractors, visa applicants among Afghans left behind after one of the largest airlifts in history. Migrant caravan broken up again in southern Mexico. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus hive, passports needed to keep England venues open, Vietnam says city residents must get vaccine. 2021 Solheim Cup Day 2, USA 7-9 Europe, as it happened. Brazil v Argentina abandoned as health authorities invade pitch. Greenville residents find remnants of former lives as they return home after Dixie Fire. Elina Svitolina shows all her spirit to defeat frustrated Simona Halep. The hunt for Tommy Baker, on the trail of Papua New Guinea's most wanted man. Marvel's Shang-Chi smashes Labor Day record with $71.40 in ticket sales. U.S. Navy identifies 5 sailors who died in helicopter crash in Pacific Ocean. England fans show love for Saka as Lingard doubles up in win over Andorra. Jack O'Connell, eventually the wheels come off, everything explodes. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Hospitals in crisis in least vaccinated state, Mississippi. After Ida's fury, infrastructure key in preventing misery. Search resumes for 2 missing after car swept away in storm. Court rules Catholic school wrongfully fired gay substitute. Watch, Bear family visits evacuated home in South Lake Tahoe. Prominent attorney shot months after murders of wife and son. Shootout with police precedes discovery of 4 dead, including baby, in Florida home. D.C. shooting leaves 3 dead, 3 wounded, suspects on the run. COVID-19 live updates, popular music festival to continue with restrictions in place. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Afghanistan, rural areas welcome peace and end of war. Afghanistan, Taliban accused of killing pregnant police officer. Planes stranded at Mazar-i-Sharif airport waiting to leave. Guinea coup attempt, soldiers claim to seize power from Alpha Conde. South Africa's ex-president Zuma granted medical parole. India farmers protests, tens of thousands join rally in Uttar Pradesh. Afghanistan, everyone got it wrong on Taliban takeover, armed forces chief. Ethiopia's Tigray conflict, thousands reported killed in clashes. Montenegro clashes as Serb Orthodox Church leader installed. Rush to contain large oil spill in Gulf of Mexico after Storm Ida. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Fierce Hurricane Larry churning across the Atlantic, could be even stronger than Ida. East Coast could face life-threatening surf. AP top story September 5th p. At least 1,000 schools in 35 states have closed for in-person learning since the start of the school year, COVID-19 updates. Nearly 600,000 without power in Louisiana, Northeast cleans up from Ida's storm damage. This is how we celebrate, Hurricane Ida brings New Orleans together to feed community after storm. Week after Hurricane Ida's landfall, hundreds of thousands still without power. From the archives inches decided life, death on the 78th floor of the World Trade Center. The day in pictures. Hearing delayed for Boulder, Colorado supermarket shooter over mental health. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. In an evacuated Tahoe, crews keep Calder fire reined in. With prayers and promises, a California city remembers a fallen Marine. Man and woman fatally shot in Long Beach. Yolanda Lopez, Chicana artist, dies at 79. Has California's unique brand of direct democracy gone too far? Recall is ultimate test. Vaccines, unemployment, housing, drought, where top recall candidates stand on the issues. Drought has farm workers dreaming of escape from California's breadbasket. Recall campaign faces a struggle in Inland Empire, Orange County. Magnitude 3.8 earthquake hits near Ukiah, California. LA County coronavirus hospitalizations dip slightly, precaution urged through Labor Day. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, September 6th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Afghan attacks woman with knife for working. Thousands are being put into concentration camps and butchered in an ethnic purge in Ethiopia, reports say. Malware found pre-installed in classic push-button phones sold in Russia. Surgical masks work very well in preventing spread of COVID-19, biggest ever study finds. Sweden announces ban on U.S. travelers. A military coup is reportedly unfolding in Guinea. COVID-19, vaccine passports to start in England this month. Army colonel on Guinean TV says government dissolved, borders shut. Afghanistan, Taliban accused of killing female police officer. Health Canada warns people not to treat COVID with horse stew or more as demand surges in feed stores. England to require COVID-19 vaccine passports by the end of September, confirms government. Zimbabwean government apologizes to traveler after airport officials confiscate her passport, demand bribes for return. Toxic wastewater from Angolan diamond mine kills 12, sickens 4,400 in Congo. Taiwan scrambles jets against renewed Chinese military activity. South China Sea showdown continues as world pushes back against Beijing. The next headlines are from Forbes. Stray Kids, Tomorrow X Together and Hikaru Ueda, excitement on the world albums chart. Afghan opposition leader floats peaceful talks with Taliban amid reports of heavy fighting in holdout regions. Lars Ulrich on Metallica's Labor Day support of workforce education, new Blacklist album. When can you get a COVID-19 booster shot? Will college football games become COVID-19 coronavirus superspreader events? CM Punk on why he passed on WWE return, says they played games. The fashion group International wants to be eyes and ears of NYFW for global members. Volkswagen, Argo AI-ready electric robotics advance for German test fleet. Nvidia rebounds on raised price target, but no new high. Here's how to trade the stock now. F sales at Warren Buffett backed by quadrupled in August from year earlier. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,729,687,526 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Ricky Lee Reynolds, Black Oak, Arkansas guitarist, dies at 72. Mona Lisa and the Blood Moon Review, Anna Lilia Mirpour arrives as a filmmaker. Belfast Review, What's Black and White and Roma all over again? How the kick-ass Shang-Chi bus scene came together. Oh, by the way, these 400+ artifacts are Pink Floyd, Their Mortal Remains exhibition hits Hollywood. Jason Momoa reveals new Aquaman 2 feet costume. How Julia Child provided the comfort a pandemic-racked world craved, guest column. Chris Kirkpatrick reacts to Drake sampling NSYNC, says the boy band is up for a collab exclusive. Delphine Rano, rock merchandising pioneer who co-founded Winterland Productions and Epic Rights, dies at 69. Bitterbrush Review, gorgeous docu western stunningly captures frontier life for two female cattle herders. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Divers are investigating the source of oil spill off the coast of Louisiana. A Florida gunman killed 4, including a mother who was still cradling her baby. After reports of gunfire in Guinea, Army colonel says government has been dissolved. Pope Francis is urging the world's nations to take in Afghan refugees. They came to the U.S. as Afghan refugees, now they hope their story will help others. They don't remember their parents dying on 9/11, but they'll never forget. An Afghan Marine fought to make his homeland safer, now he feels like he failed. The Haiti earthquake's latest victim may be the new school year. Women reclaim the narrative of the Clinton sex scandal and impeachment. A COVID surge is overwhelming U.S. hospitals, raising fears of rationed care. The following headlines are from the week. Former U.S. official doesn't view Afghanistan withdrawal as an intelligence failure. Former GOP congresswoman calls Texas abortion ban a bad policy and a bad law. The Taliban reportedly won't let planes leave Afghanistan until they get more out of the Americans. Shang-Chi, Marvel's first movie with an Asian lead, has a strong debut despite Delta concerns. Poll, 70% of unvaccinated Americans would quit their job over exemption-less vaccine mandate. Why the past week felt uniquely catastrophic. 7 cartoons about America's week of wildfires, hurricanes, and flooding. The good news on gossip. A big bet on Amtrak. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Inspiration for Crew gets a sneak peek out of Crew Dragon's cupola. These are the news headlines for today, Monday, September 6th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The next news is from Politico. European Union defense plans can never replace NATO, chief says. Automakers gear up for an all-electric future. Merkel wants talks with Taliban on more Afghan evacuations. No clear messaging about pandemic from Biden and Trump administrations, Maryland's Dove says. Murphy defends loud and clear warnings issued for New Jersey ahead of deadly storms. Republican on January 6 committee, McCarthy warning is really bad politics. Around 100 Americans left in Afghanistan, claim says. Texas abortion law could still be destroyed by Supreme Court, Cassidy says. Biden advisor says Ida's impact shows need for infrastructure, climate change legislation. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Australian News Live, extra Pfizer doses arrive as COVID cases climb in Victoria, NSW and ACT. Race by race preview and tips for Port Macquarie on Monday. Best of Cartoons, September 6, 2021. Man charged with murder over stabbing death at Melbourne Caravan Park. Not easy to explain, sharp drop in South America's COVID infection stuns experts. The Age Photos of the Week, September 5, 2021. Michael O'Brien's Liberal leadership under threat as Matthew Guy makes his move. Welfare advocates warn of domestic violence victims being saddled with debts. Brazil's clash with Argentina stopped after players accused of COVID rules breach. Poland gives visa to another Belarusian athlete critical of regime. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Newswatch, beat the market with this quant system that's very bullish on stocks at record highs. Newswatch, a nearly 10% S&P 500 correction last September has stock market investors dreading autumn 2021. Financial crime, anti-vax mama charged with selling forged vaccination cards on Instagram. Financial crime, mortgage broker pleads guilty to stealing nearly $5 million in refinancing loans, using money to buy watches and jewelry. Extra credit, why Americans will be paying for the cost of the war in Afghanistan for decades. Student loan borrowers have had $37 million in wages unfairly garnished, despite COVID-related pause on collections. Texas abortion law, women will have to travel 496 miles on average round trip to get an abortion out of state. Why the restaurant industry created no new jobs last month. Texas abortion law, $10,000 penalty could incentivize bounty hunters to make tens of thousands of dollars. They've been silent, many companies are on the sidelines about the new Texas abortion law, will they stay there? Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Building high-quality patent portfolios in the United States and Europe, Part 2, Software Patents, IPWatchdog.com. Rumsey inheritance divided way back BGDailyNews.com, Bowling Green Daily News. Judge says an AI cannot be an inventor on a patent because it's not a person, Gizmodo. The next headlines are from Quartz. Why Bitcoin, Ethereum prices are climbing higher. It was a truly great quarter for great quarter mentions on Wall Street. Ivorian TV show outrage, new COVID variant, WizKid Shazam success. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Funniest most insightful comments of the week at Tech Dirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Guinea. EWAL out 2021. Demi Moore. Brazil vs Argentina. Tour Championship. Andorra. Jackson State Football. Salman Khan. Sarah Harding. Michigan football. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Former Marine surrenders to police after killing 4, including baby in his mother's arms. Watch tens of thousands march against vaccine passports in Amsterdam. Alt-right figure Richard Spencer becomes broke and isolated by surrounding community, media. South Africa's jailed ex-president Zuma released on medical parole. Farce, Brazil vs Argentina World Cup qualifier abandoned after authorities storm pitch to deport players who didn't quarantine. Republican congressman accuses Taliban of holding planes with U.S. evacuees hostage at northern Afghanistan airport. Devastated and heartbroken, footballer dies after collapsing with suspected cardiac arrest during FI Youth Cup match. Leader of Afghanistan's resistance group says he's ready to talk with Taliban as they claim reaching Panjshir province capital. Ungrateful Afghan refugee angers Americans after complaining about meager food at Texas facility. Pfizer booster will likely be approved by September 20, Fauci says after claiming further doses needed to be fully vaccinated. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. World food prices jump in August to near decade high. Snake oil, Brazilian researchers find possible COVID treatment in viper venom. Amidst historic labor shortage, the retail race to secure tens of thousands of holiday workers has officially started. Horse-paced hooey, how left-wing lunatics spread yet another obvious lie. Experts want auto to protect California recall against cyber attack. Tesla reportedly targeting $25,000 Model 2 with no steering wheel by 2023. Jerome Powell's quest for economic stability is destabilizing. Around 100 Americans left behind in Afghanistan, White House says. Brazil suspends 12 million doses of China's Sinovac vaccine. Holy FCK, this person is a sociopath, a former Theranos interviewee tells his story of meeting Elizabeth Holmes. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Protests as Montenegro's new Orthodox head inaugurated. Can the Taliban ensure Kabul airport is safe to fly? Brazil-Argentina World Cup qualifier halted over COVID protocols. Panjshir resistance leader says ready for talks with Taliban. In pictures, Taliban paints over Kabul's colorful blast walls. Canada's conservative leader now says he will keep firearms ban. Is Somalia's hunger and homelessness crisis beyond hope? U.S. Hurricane Ida death toll rises as recovery efforts continue. Jacob Zuma, South African ex-president released on medical parole. Rich countries to have 1.2 billion surplus COVID vaccine doses. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Cassidy, Texas abortion law likely to be destroyed by Supreme Court. Report, comedian Fuquan Johnson, 2 others dead from suspected overdose on fentanyl-laced cocaine. Time's Up says its whole board will be replaced after former CEO exposed defending Andrew Cuomo. Report, mental health concern over climate despair sweeps nation. NIT cave to leftist pressure, alters headline that originally said not everyone wants to hear about Beau Biden from Politics. Germany, Afghanites woman for working, then elderly men who try to help. Watch, 27 migrants rescued from locked rail cars near border in Texas. Grand jury testimony, women accuse Ron Jeremy of rape just minutes after they met. Brazil, TX abortion law war on women, abortion penalty more severe than rape penalty. McCall, Taliban is holding American citizens, Afghan allies hostage. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. French beekeeper invents a trap to take on murder hornets decimating bee populations in EU. Woman delivers compliment jars anonymously to dozens of friends with notes of praise during pandemic. In hurricane-stricken New Orleans, a solar microgrid kept the lights on in this apartment building for low-income vets. 4-year-old learns piano in lockdown, wins elite competition but cannot play Carnegie Hall as she's too young for vaccination. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, September 6th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Heron becomes NYC icon after being pictured devouring rat for breakfast in Central Park. Viagra thief not a hardened criminal, his lawyer says. Dread at 30,000 feet, inside the increasingly violent world of U.S. flight attendants. Lil Uzi Vert says for a diamond got ripped out by fans during Rolling Loud. Man, 25, in epic post-nuptial meltdown newlywed scuffles with jailers, declared all hail Donald Trump. Room without a view, French war bunker reborn as guest house. Look at this video of a lizard being saved by CPR. Cashier sets up an Insta making light of her job. The chain store she works for copies her style of posts now on their official Insta. I will post a translation in comments as text is in Polish. Man tried to smuggle $34,000 worth of cocaine under his toupee, police say. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Here's a simple Apple Watch charging stand that keeps your watch powered up, and looks good doing it. With killer flight options and 4K video, this nifty camera drone should be way more than $99. Federal agencies are rapidly increasing their use of facial recognition. The International Space Station will be gone by 2024. What does it mean the future of space travel? This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, September 6th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Utah's top elected education leaders decline to take a public position on masking in schools. All objectives met on Oak Grove fire, officials say. National Park Service proposes strict rules for scenic air tours. By Arizona analysis, Cougars beat Wildcats but have room for improvement. Justin F. Thulin, Code Red, this is an emergency. A Utah company wants to turn your food scraps into energy and fertilizer. Comic Patton Oswalt cancels concert at Kingsbury Hall, due to rules against requiring proof of COVID-19 vaccination. Grant County High School cancels classes, activities due to COVID-19 outbreak. David Burns, can the center hold when Americans are at war over race? Police identify 3 people killed in Mill Creek standoff. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Lawsuits accuse Siri, Alexa, and Google of listening when they're not supposed to. High ivermectin overdosages caused 1,143 calls to America's poison control centers this year. The dead internet theory posits forums are now almost entirely overrun by AI. In novel attack technique, Salesforce email service used for phishing campaign. Facebook is subcontracting its content moderation for hundreds of millions of dollars. IBM's new mainframe 7nm CPU Telum, 16 cores at 5 GHz, virtual L3 and L4 cache. School science projects reveal very high lead levels in the school's water. Why is the Earth missing a billion years of rocks? Skepticism grows over El Salvador's pioneering plan to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Sailor from St. Louis killed in California helicopter crash. Missouri cafe turns into private club to avoid mask mandate. Missouri official, ban help for absentee ballot mistakes. Search team finds body in Illinois River near Peru on Saturday. St. Louis teenager killed in jet ski accident on Table Rock Lake. Abraham Lincoln Museum digitizing thousands of rare images. Why the sky will be turning a richer shade of blue. Flags of Valor display pays tribute to 9-11 heroes. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Horror of the utmost magnitude, 4 shot dead in Florida, including infant in mother's arms. News Now, what we've learned about the sailors killed in helicopter crash. Navy identifies 5 sailors killed in helicopter crash off San Diego coast. How record high gas prices during Labor Day weekend are impacting San Diegans. New chess area opens at Waterfront Park. 17 drivers cited at Imperial Beach license checkpoint. First responder dies battling Dixie Fire, Cal Fire. Brush fire prompts evacuations in University Heights area. San Diego CHP Classic Car Show benefits injured, fallen officers' families. Know Your Limit event in Carlsbad raises awareness for impaired driving. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Russian heavy artillery systems found abandoned near Ukrainian border. Turkish F-16 fighter shadows Russian Su-24 combat jets. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, September 6, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Plan to start COVID boosters by September 20th may be limited to Pfizer shots. Eating 1 hot dog takes about 36 minutes off your life, study finds. Can cloth masks really stop COVID-19 from spreading? Confrontation over fender bender ends with man being thrown from vehicle's hood, killed. Couple buys home where Edward Scissorhands was filmed. Sideshows disrupt communities on holiday weekend in San Jose. 1 dead, 4 injured in head-on crash on SR-84 in Sunol. Walnut Creek model promotes body positivity with Sports Illustrated. Firefighter assigned to California blaze dies of illness. Spare the air alert extended through Labor Day to lessen smog buildup. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Wakanda police officer injured after using squad to block suspected drunk driver. Italy sets record at 36 unbeaten in 0-0 draw at Switzerland. Louisiana residents thankful for small miracles after Ida. Police, missing Aurora man may be in danger. Joe Greenberg, longtime Little Traveler employee, fan of Geneva, dies at 95. Wakanda motorcyclist who crashed while fleeing police dies. Brutal and heinous, man gets 30 years in prison for Crystal Lake hammer attack. Gurnee native Shelton enjoys preparing pirates for better days ahead. Park Ridge man uninjured in expressway shooting. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Larry 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.9 m, depth 10 km, in Tonga May 9, 2021, 1751 UTC, about 5,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth 22.99 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands May 9, 2021, 9:59 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 42.49 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands May 9, 2021, 5:26 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Russia. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Greece, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, September 6th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in the news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Man shot to death after fight breaks out at bar on Airline Drive. Man told friend he shot his father to death in Pearland, police say. Man with gunshot wound to the head drives himself to hospital. One dead in Greens Point Food Mart shooting. Man shot to death in Southeast Houston neighborhood. This Houston community scores spot among top family-friendly suburbs in U.S. Man barricade in Southwest Houston apartment complex after shooting man to death, police say. Congressional Gold Medal presented to Chinese-American World War II veterans. South Carolina lawyer shot in the head 3 months after wife and son were killed. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Presbyterians Hefley sets FCS record with 10 TDs. Chaos at Brazil's W Cup game as Argentina walks off field. Molinari, the 2018 hero, says he'll miss upcoming Ryder Cup. Miami teens football game honors dad who died from COVID. Florida gunman killed 4, including mom still holding baby. Soldiers detain Guinea's president, dissolve government. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. No one has come, Queens flood victims left to fend for themselves in storm's aftermath. Rattles and Tin Horns, a sketchy history of policing in New York until 9/11. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Can the Taliban access biometric data collected by U.S. forces in Afghanistan? Tyranny Down Under, Oz debuts Orwellian facial recognition app to enforce COVID quarantine. Biden orders declassification of 9/11 documents and possible Saudi links. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Reading Rainbow documentary to feature LeVar Burton. Do black Starbucks aprons have a different meaning than green ones? Texas-based dating apps launch funds to help women affected by abortion ban. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. To save Roe v. Wade we need to kill the filibuster, says Klobuchar. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle reportedly offer to visit the Queen. Will she accept? What to get from Adidas's site-wide 30% off Labor Day sale. Searching for a glimmer of hope in the ashes of Egypt's Arab Spring. How America made Osama bin Laden's dream come true. Warrior 10 years later, an MMA slugfest and one of the greatest sports movies ever. He gave the Ponzi scheme its name, and swindled Boston out of millions. Was hot vax summer all it was cracked up to be? He survived 9/11, now his kids fight an even deadlier enemy. Basquiat's close friends and collaborators speak out against Jay-Z and Beyonce Tiffany's ad. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Jets expect much different Sam Darnold in Week 1 versus Panthers. NY won't cover COVID-related unemployment money when Fed programs end, Hutchell. Yankees Weekend 2 forget ends with brutal loss to Orioles. Man shot dead through car's front windshield in NYC, cops say. Meet the group of Jets' young, unknown cornerbacks. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Fauci says Moderna boosters might not be ready by September 20th. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. CIT, Great Blue Heron eats a rat in Central Park. Michigan neighborhood told to evacuate indefinitely after industrial fuel leak. Citing NY devastation from Ida, Hutchell seeks FEMA funding for major disaster. Former wrestling star Daphne Unger died from apparent gunshot wound to the chest, report. Hurricane Ida shows need for big infrastructure spending, says top White House aide. 4 people, including 2 children, found dead with gunshot wounds at Houston house fire. Surfer killed in shark attack near Australian coast. Moderna likely to miss September 20th target for start of booster rollout, Fauci says. About 100 Americans still in Afghanistan, says top White House official. The following headlines are from military.com. U.S. Navy IDs 5 killed in helicopter crash off California. Rescue groups, U.S. tally misses hundreds left in Afghanistan. U.S. Afghan evacuees who fail initial screening Kosovo bound. Over 24 hours in Kabul, brutality, trauma, moments of grace. Blinken and Austin to visit Gulf to address post-war stresses. Coast Guard cleanup boats on scene of large Gulf oil spill following Ida. Military justice reforms are coming, but Congress is conflicted on what they should be. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Pretty nice weather, a last day of beach season and how to get around, what Chicagoans need to know this Labor Day. Enjoying Labor Day weekend in Chicago. Singer Sarah Harding of British group Girls Aloud dies at 39. Kayaking the Chicago River this holiday weekend, now you can get an estimate of bacteria levels before you go. 48 people shot in weekend gun violence through Sunday morning, including 10 children and teenagers. Shortage of anesthesiologists at Sherman tied to hospital's decision not to renew contract with Elgin doctors, rep says. 3 Catholic priests step aside amid investigations into inappropriate relationships with adults, Archdiocese of Chicago says. After living decades in Poland as fugitive, man convicted in death of Waukegan man, the family, waited a quarter of a century for justice. One in custody after CTA bus driver seriously injured in loop shooting, police say. Boy, 13, shot in head in South Chicago, police say. The following headlines are from FIS.org. 2 atypical cases of mad cow disease detected in Brazil. Do tourist boats stress out whales? Researchers find out. Conservation meat moles plan to protect 80% of Amazon. After 6 months on Mars, NASA's tiny copter is still flying high. Wildfires, smoke snuff out outdoor adventures across the U.S. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, September 6th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Braves hit 4 homers in 9-2 victory over Rockies. Tim Wilkerson takes funny car win at NHRA U.S. Nationals. Ex-Marine sharpshooter kills 4 and fires at deputies in Florida, sheriff says. U.S. keeper Stephen positive for COVID-19, replaced by Johnson. Germany clicks in Flick's second game to thrash Armenia 6-0. Sue Bird, Lauren Jackson, Brianna Stewart named to WNBA's 25th anniversary team. Quigley scores 22, Sky top aces 92-84, clinch playoff berth. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. The secret to Yeba's debut album, a big voice and lots of time. How the SF Giants ran out of starting pitchers for pivotal series against Dodgers. Shang-Chi blasts Labor Day records with $71.40 on debut. Bay Area TV sports, what to watch on Monday Tuesday. A's continue to sink, swept by Toronto. The latest, top Republican says Taliban holding Americans. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Mexico breaks up migrant caravan reportedly by force. Andy Biggs demands answers over Afghan evacuee screening. Rudy Giuliani rips mentally impaired Biden over Afghan chaos. 4-day workweek gains traction despite pushback. Inside the Beltway, true heroes of Iraq and Afghanistan. Navy ID's sailors killed in helicopter crash off California. Fauci optimistic about Pfizer booster shot approval by September 20th. Democrats scramble to scrap filibuster, codify Roe v. Wade. Virus concerns temper celebrations of Jewish New Year. Amy Klobuchar, Supreme Court's decision on abortion cries out for Breyer retirement. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Jair Bolsonaro's pro-coup rally, September 7th is shaping up to be Brazil's January 6th. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, September 6th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. The getting is good in the job market, for now. A better way to draw war lines in Chicago. Person fatally shot in South Shore. 6 players with ties to the Sky named to WNBA's W25 list. I want the music to survive. Michael O'Brien Super 25 high school football rankings for Week 3. 4 downs, news and notes from Week 2 in high school football. 1st and 10, set the bar high for Andy Dalton. White Sox push back All-Star Carlos Rodon's next start. The next headlines are from the Times of India. COVID live, India gave more jabs than G7 combined in August. Afghan live, Taliban stop planes of evacuees from leaving. Kharif holds promise amid skewed rains. Withdraw extensions to builders, government urged. At SCO, PM Modi set to focus on terror in Iran's presence. In drill, IF plane with 2 ministers to land on highway. Acute headache and hearing loss among COVID red flags. Security for judges and court states responsibility. As China tightens grip, Lanka looks to boost India deaf ties. Laksatant Kisan Mahapanchayat, call for Bharat Bandh on September 27. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, September 6, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are about world records making news. TikTok comic sets Guinness World Record for largest female mouth gape, KCBY.com 11. Ford Mustang Mach-E takes a third world record, car buzz. Italy sets record at 36 unbeaten in 0-0 draw at Switzerland, Associated Press. Caleb Dressel stalking world record of Amaury Lefo in 100 freestyle, Swimming World magazine. Watch this guy smash the world record for longest plank ever, Menschelt.com. Delhi government declares Guinness World Record holder music teacher as face of dough, Yahoo Singapore News. Pilot breaks longest tunnel flight world record in Istanbul, Hurriyet Daily News. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Blade director Bassam Tariq says the new film won't be boxed in by Marvel's comics canon. DC's Injustice movie finds the voice actors among us. Judge says an AI cannot be an inventor on a patent because it's not a person. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Maine in -0 at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at -92.74 degrees Fahrenheit or -69.3 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Review, Candyman turns singular slasher into a timeless avatar for black trauma. Investor overconfidence linked to selective memory. Okay, hear me out, having a desk bike is actually pretty great. War stories, how Crash Bandicoot hacked the original PlayStation. How I saved money on HomeKit smart bulbs with Philips Whiz and a Raspberry Pi. Why ransomware hackers love a holiday weekend. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Conservative outlines national laws that should nullify the Texas vigilante abortion law. Former Republican Congresswoman calls on Donald Trump Jr.'s cell phone record to be subpoenaed. Activist says she was chased by Proud Boys at an anti-vaccine protest. Fight breaks out on Florida's Disney World boat to Magic Kingdom hours after an active shooter threat. Michael Moore points out the significance of the last U.S. soldier leaving Afghanistan photo. Trump brags after women lose abortion rights in Texas, we do have a Supreme Court that's a lot different. Anti-vax lawmaker pleads with hard-headed conservative to get shots after he nearly dies from COVID. Georgia sports reporter shares video of fans who violated her on camera. Kevin McCarthy accused of trying to bury the facts about Trump's involvement in the Capitol riot. Heidi Heitkamp shreds Chris Christie after he says women should lose abortion rights because of science. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. As COVID surges, we're not in the endgame, we're mired in uncertainty. Facebook's AI seems to have a racism problem. Ida's aftermath showed just how risky petrochemical production is in a hurricane zone. A Texas judge temporarily halted abortion ban enforcement. That won't stop the GOP in other states. The drug war's deepest failure, making users the enemy. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. The lonely journey of a UFO conspiracy theorist in an age of distrust, Anchorage Daily News. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Presbyopia treatments by mechanism of action of Dove Medical Press. Study finds why adults struggle to learn a new language, SIFI News. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, September 6, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, September 6th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. Newsite is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by Newsite. All rights reserved.